Yeah,
Good.
winter is here. So
Awesome. So we're going to just find out right now if Zoom is live. And then we'll go on. I'm looking forward to our chat today. And it looks like, yes, it says that we are live. Let me just copy this and go to my group really fast. Just take one quick second. I'm
yeah,
also trying to learn, and I'm learning this from Katara. She's so awesome, how I can do a little more editing and edit this, process of going live and everything. But good, we are done. We are good to go. So let me close this and close this
I'm
and
looking at your
find
puppy.
you.
I'm looking at your puppy in the back peeking out.
There she is. All right. So we are coming live to you. I'm in Maui, aloha, and Laura is in Seattle. You might have missed that in the beginning. And she says it's a little chilly. I can tell. She's wearing a sweater jacket. But I love Seattle. I know here in Maui, we see a lot of people from Seattle, especially coming up in the winter. I know when I'm over at Maui's Best Massage and Spa and Salt Spa Maui. You guys got to check that out. I often ask, so where are you visiting from? And they are like Seattle. So I get it. But I'm so grateful that you would take the time today. And for those of you listening, thank you for taking the time. This will be on my YouTube as well. So these are people that are interested a little bit in what I have to say and share. And I'm always talking to everybody about addressing nutritional deficiencies, mental deficiencies, stress, and toxins. And I'm always looking for more people to share this message with. So Laura and I met couple years back, we decided, and I worked with her a little bit, and I know that she's great at what she does. And I'm always looking for ways to meet new people, people that really want to know what I have and want to build a relationship with me, want to engage, and want to be my customer. And as you know, a lot of you here in my group, especially, are out there looking for ways for your business, whether you're a yoga instructor, or we have a fun lady in here, Trisha. I was just talking about her this morning, the kitchen witch. She teaches people how to really utilize their kitchen with her app so much more effectively. And I love it. But all of these people that have these really cool ideas and are looking for ways now to optimize their ideas and share them in a way to generate income. And as both Laura and I like and appreciate, that would be recurring income. And with me, it's weekly for sure. And I know Laura's going to share more, but what it does is it just really takes the stress out of things. So today I thought what Laura could talk about with us, all of you guys. We've got realtors in here and all kinds of people that do all kinds of things, Laura. And they're all looking for ways to connect with people online and the right people that want what they want, right? And it's a challenge. And it seems to, um, unless you're really clear on your why and your purpose, your vision, your mission, and you've done the work, it can be quite challenging to connect. And what a waste if you have this great message that you want to share, or a talent or a skill. What a waste if you can't connect. So what Laura does is very valuable. And so I wanted her to come on. She can share with us a little bit about her personal life, but I know she's a single mom. And gosh, I was raised by a single mom. We know what that makes. My mom was an entrepreneur. She did a lot of things, had a lot of, um, irons in the fire. It's funny that that phrase doesn't mean much in today's world, but back then it meant something. And I know what it is like to be. Um, I was a single mom briefly, but because I've been with Bob for almost 30 years now, and he helped raise my kids. But I do know a lot of single moms and being raised by one. I know that it can be a little challenging. And so I wanted you to share from that perspective how what you do can help people, and maybe get a little more reach for what their message is and there's what they have to offer. So come and share with us a little bit about Laura.
thank you so much, Janice. That was like the best intro a girl could have asked for. So, and yeah, just to touch on being a single mom, I think being a mom, like married, whatever, if you have, if just being a woman, like we're busy and, we have a lot of plates in the air. Everyone can understand, like, we're just go, 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 busy, busy, busy. That's just the way it is now. we have those little devices in our hands and in our pockets, and it feels like we have to always be hitting up those notifications. I know I have four screens. I'm literally, I know, we all know. And it's terrible. Like I just went to the vision. I had my eyes checked this morning and he goes, you are on the screens a lot, aren't you? I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I can tell. So I'm like, you caught me. So we're all busy, but I want to just share with you that there are things that we can do to simplify the busy, busy, busy so that we can get the results that we want in our business. I love the hustle. I love to grind. So I'm all about that hustle grind culture. It's not for everybody, but it works for me and my ADHD brain. So I just want to start out by saying, do what works for you, right? If we could just stop scrolling for a minute and look at all these outside things and don't do this and do that, it all works for certain people. So let's just kind of take that off, the pressure off of our shoulders. And sometimes the hustle is great. Sometimes we need a break, but it's okay to do what works best for you at the time it works for you. Okay.
I don't
So
want to interrupt, but I just want to stop at that pause because that's an important point, and I say it a lot with me, with my system of wellness. It's what the future of functional wellness and functional medicine is all pointing to: customized, personalized systems. So, what you're doing is very right on to help us with our wellness because we want to have it be personal, right? Do
yeah.
what you said was exactly what I say over and over: do what works for you. Because then it's sustainable, right?
Yes. Yeah. So, some of us know that burnout is real and it is not a good look and it's rough. I've been there a couple times myself and I really would like to prevent that from happening again. So, what I find is that a lot of us online, because there's so many noises out in, the internet void that it doesn't end, right? We have to rein it in. And sometimes we need a little digital detox, right? Because that is for our mental health, our physical health, right? I gave my eyesight building this business basically back in when the pandemic started. I was always sitting down looking at my screen, and the girls and I, the twins, not the big kids, but the twins, we have glasses now because we're just, like this umpteen hours a day. And while I literally put my blood, sweat, and tears into building a business, I've done things and I've learned from my own mistakes. So now I can teach people, here's some information, here's my experience, take what you want with it, but learn from what I did and things that I would change. So I have found in the last almost 5 years of doing this that there are so many easier ways that we can do to build our brand, build our audience, and get visibility out there without slaving and living online. I don't recommend we do that. So, just real quickly, some of the ways that we can do that, just like how I met you, Janice, we met via a post in a Facebook group somewhere, right? And then you and
Yeah.
I started having a conversation.
Yeah.
Mind blowing to think that we can actually build a connection online just like we do in real life. So, for
Right.
whatever reason, before we started working together, we met and we said, hello, how are you? Maybe someone connected us. I don't know if it was, what group or who it was, but it's been a while, right? But we made a connection and then you and I started talking. And then things progressed and you and I did a little networking and we're like, well, who do you know? Well, who do you know? So I have you come in my group and then you share your message and then lather, rinse, and repeat, right? That for me is fun because what we're doing right now is fun. Okay,
Yeah.
I get to have a conversation with you, and maybe I don't get to see your audience per se right now because of a screen, but we get to come back and use the comments in the chat to drop comments and to ask questions and to leave pictures and gifts. And then we can DM people and say, hey, that was really great. I'm not ready to work with you right now, but I would like to know about X, Y, and Z. Maybe I have someone to refer to you in my network. So it really starts with just being a person and having a human conversation. I think, back in the day, you used to be able to just sell in a post, and those
Mm.
days are gone. And I'm kind of glad that they are in that aspect that, we need to remember that there are people behind these screens and keyboards and behind the emails that we get. We're people sending these emails behind the keyboard and the screen. And when we kind of can incorporate the human aspect to the social media part, it gets to be fun. We get to be creative in a way that works for us and for our business and for our audience. And that is sustainable because how many of us can say, I went to a 9 to 5? And some of us love our 9 to 5s. I have a part-time job and I love it because I love it. It's why I work there. Right. And they feed me well. It's awesome. I get to watch football for free and scream bad words at the screen where I don't get to do that at home. Right. That helps my mental. Right.
Right.
Um, but some people have to do the same thing mundane day after day and they hate it. And that ages you, right? If we do something that we hate and it's forced, there's restriction, there's anxiety, there's stress, there's just a lot of bad things, right? The cons are way more than the pros, unfortunately. But for everyone here, we have incredible opportunities that we did not have before. This wasn't available to us when we were kids. Some of us that are, over 25 or 30, this is all kind of new stuff here. And it's super fun. So now instead of just posting, I have an offer, come buy it from me in a group, we have to do a little bit of foundational work first, right? And that starts with getting visible, being consistent and showing up in front of your audience and showing up in an authentic way, right? Like this is what I look like. This is me comfortable. I've got sweats on. I've got my cute Ocean Shores sweater that I wear all the time. I don't have to dress up and
Right.
play a part because while I look good and I do that and we all dress up nice, it just isn't me. And I don't come out authentically when I do things that I'm forcing myself to do, right?
Who does? I don't know anybody that does, really.
It's just, I'm not a journalist, I'm not a reporter. I'm a
They're
mom.
starting to come off fake now too, though. No, but I
Yeah,
love that. I love that about you. You've always been real. And here's the question I have for you though, because you do have an expertise in this and building groups. If you guys want to start groups, you got to talk to Laura. If you want to know how to monetize
so
all this
fun.
stuff, you got to talk to her. But the question I have for you is in my industry, right? So I love selling products. I mean, and it's just I have to come off I have to try to make sure that I'm coming off from this genuine place of I am sharing solutions, which is really what I'm doing. And like you said, gone are the days of the post the slide or the image and get a sale. And that's true. And so I've been expanding on how to do that. And don't you feel that groups give you that opportunity to do that, or reels, or what is it that you would say? Is it email marketing? Is it reels? Is it groups? What I do have some people in here now that are new, they're just trying to figure out, how do I share this? And I just keep saying, share your authentic story in the place that makes you feel comfortable, because you can't be everywhere. So what are your thoughts on that? I mean, we can multi-post, like this will be shared in multi spaces, but you can't, what are your thoughts on how do you do that? Where should you narrow in and with the specific idea that we're not just selling like high ticket offers, we're actually selling virtual franchises, really, and products.
That's a great question. So it all works. Live launching works, email marketing works, book ticket works, funnels work. All of it works if you learn how to do it and you stick with it consistently and long enough to make it work for you. So many people just like, oh, nope, it's been a week. I give up. I'm like, come on, really? We got to do a little bit more time that we need to invest into things like that. But especially for the new people, this is what I would suggest. Like if Laura was going back to, the very beginning, day one, um, build an email list, start an email list. Don't let that freak you out if you're like, I don't even know. Honestly, Janice, I didn't even know what an email list was when I started my business. I didn't even know what it was. Now I know that it's a way off of social media for me to connect and share and write stories and actually build a community that way. And I do make most of my money through my email marketing now that I've started to build up a good list because we can't put all of our eggs in one basket. So maybe you have you go into other Facebook groups and you start making friendships there and you send friend requests and you just, keep showing up and keep giving value. Maybe you have an email list that you start so that you can collect contact information because we know that sometimes you'll wake up and your account will be inaccessible or it'll be deleted or gone or the algorithm changes or the rules change and the FTC. There's so many things, right? We're just playing on these fields that we don't own. We're playing the game. It's a game, and we need to remember that this is an online business game. But building an email list is really important because if it's day one, if you don't have an offer, if you don't have a product, that's okay. Let's get one as quickly as we possibly can. And it can be something small, but sharing your insights. If you don't have a client, if you don't have a testimonial, who cares? I don't even know if half of those are true anymore, right? They're kind of, who knows anymore. But if you share your personal story, if you walk the walk and not just talk the talk, people buy philosophy, they buy ideas, they want to see insights, right? Not it has this much and it'll get you this and that, and then there's this many lessons, and that's fantastic and that's part of it. But be excited about what it is that you're doing. People want to share in your excitement because that's a feeling, and we really do buy on emotion,
I
right?
agree. I think the energy behind the words is more important than the words itself, really.
1000%.
And when we text people and we mean to say it this wonderfully loving way, but they get it in a completely different way because the words and the energy behind it, you just don't even know. So sometimes the energy, I mean, I always tell people what you say to people. I mean, the words that you say to people doesn't matter as much as the energy behind the words that you're saying. Because I mean, I can tell you, oh, this is a really great thing. You should try this sometime,
Yeah.
right? Or hey,
Yeah.
right? It's just different. So you can't get that across in social media unless it's video. So are you a big fan of video? And then also too, when we're done, guys, we're going to put Laura's information down below, whatever venue this is, so that you can connect with her and ask more questions, because clearly we can't do much in 30 minutes. But what do you think of video, and what is your favorite platform, and what CRM do you use?
Okay, so let's start with video. Yes, video is important. Black and white serves a purpose, but let's say that I don't say a word to you at all and you're going through something kind of tragic, right? Let's say you're having a bad day, for whatever reason. Instead of me telling you all the words that we think we need to say, if I just give you a hug and I don't
Mhm.
say a word, I just hold you and you would cry it out, that the weight of that energetically is so much more meaningful than the words that I could have said to you, right? It's the same thing online when we're sharing our passion, when we're sharing our business and our offers and our products and services. Video, because it's virtual, unless we can all get together in an in-person retreat, which wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great? Just if we were all on Maui with you and we were all doing this together.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
But
Let's do it.
hearing, seeing me light up, sit up in my chair and hearing the inflection in our voices and seeing that we're human people. And while AI is getting really, really good about, is that a real person or not? I can say I can, fiddle with my hair maybe if I get a little nervous. These are things that are relatable human wise. So video and live, Q&As and the Zoom rooms and all those things, I think will always be king, but it's not the only way to get out content because a lot of people don't want to show their face, and that's okay too. Hello, faceless marketing. Sometimes faceless marketing is even better in my opinion, in certain ways, because you're not focusing on how you look and the filters and the lighting and the song and dance. You're getting the message out. So I think there's a mixture, like we have to do a mixture of things. It's not just video. Now, with that being said, Reels gets the most reach for sure.
Reels on Instagram or Facebook?
I think I found that Reels on Instagram gets the most reach. Facebook, you have like you can use it, but Facebook is more of a community-based platform where my Reels do well there. They just do way better on Instagram, just because
So
that's how
I had a question when you were talking about that. Should I be using filters? I never use filters, one, because I can't really figure it out, but should I
I
be using?
love filters. Filters are fun. I used to do Snapchat filters, like crazy, wacky ones all the time, just like funny ones, and that became
No,
part of
but
the
I mean
brand.
to improve, like to, fake filters. Do
If you
people use
want to,
Is that a norm?
That's a personal choice. I know it was for a long time, but I think a lot of us are kind of like we're talking about being authentic, but then we're using filters. Now, for me, using filters is part of my authenticity because,
You have boundaries.
we have boundaries. Maybe we've gained some COVID weight. Maybe we're getting older, we're getting grays. Who cares? As long as you're showing up in a way that feels good to you. Because here's the thing, what if you don't use a filter and it makes you not want to show up?
Right,
I would hate to have someone say, "Oh,
right,
I don't feel like showing up because I don't like the way that the camera makes me look. I don't see that
right.
here, so I'm just not going to do it at all." That breaks my heart. So if you want to use a filter, girlfriend, you use a filter. We play around in Zoom rooms all the time. Like we put on like the fake pirate eyes and then
Oh yeah, those I love.
have fun. It's fun. So just show up how you can.
No,
Um,
I just kept thinking, well, maybe if I was using a flip filter and I really got rid of my wrinkles, they'd see
no,
the
you're gorgeous. You are a beautiful woman.
Oh, you're so cute.
You do what you need to do for you. What was the other question? My CRM?
Yeah, what is that? Because this is, and and I've spent a lot of different, researching all this, and there's so
Yeah.
many good things. So what is your fave?
So I have two favorites. I've been to Kartra for a very long time. They're they're a little pricey, and being that I'm not as tech savvy as I'd like to be, but I've gotten a lot better. It's not the easiest user experience if you're not super good at this stuff, but I've gotten a lot better at it for sure. But I've also just recently jumped on with Whitney McQuaid from the female entrepreneur community. She finally released her own CRM and it's so much more affordable and it does all in one. So I'm still playing around with the FEC suite. So I want to recommend that one as well. I just haven't gone in and played with every little thing yet, but really, my CRM, I need it to do a couple things for me. I need it to set up systems and funnels so I can have the automation going so it can work for me in the background and email. Those are like my two main things, right? I think the sales pages and the landing pages and all the pretty fancy things, they're great to have, but Google Docs work just as well, if not better.
And I don't need those. I just need the email, the ability to email and include stuff, maybe newsletters or whatever, and also the autoresponders like you're talking. So that's cool. And everybody can use this in every field. And
Yeah,
really anybody in any field can create a group. So if I were to say, what is your most favorite thing to do in your specialty? And anything last kind of comments you'd like to leave with people, what they could, you know, learn from you or come do a consultation, to share a little bit about that.
I love Facebook groups. I love growing Facebook groups, starting Facebook groups, making money from your Facebook group. That's kind of where my passion lies with. I love all of Facebook, but Facebook groups are kind of like my specialty. I love those. I moderated them. I've had many of them. Those are really fun to do. And it's really just about if you're going to have your own Facebook group, know that it is kind of another kind of a part-time beast in itself, but it's a labor of love for sure. So you get to invite people that you want in your community. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I love that.
you get to curate your own little community of people that you can learn to know, like, and trust both ways. So that's kind of awesome. And then you can collect their email addresses there and continue that through email marketing as well. So it's
And
kind of
how
like,
do you monetize that? What do you mean by make money in your group? What would people know
well, if
about
you
that?
have something to sell, if you have anything that you're affiliate of, if you're going to sell workshops, if you have digital products, if you have a marketing membership like we have in the Spiritual Female Entrepreneurs community, that's monthly recurring income. It's annual recurring income. If you want to sell anything, if you have a digital product or physical product, you can go in and it's your group. You can pitch to your people, you can do lives, you can invite them to, work with you on a one-to-one level. You get to like sell whatever you well, not whatever you want. We have to follow Facebook's terms of service, right?
Yes.
But you get to introduce your products and your offers and your services to your people in a way that works for you. So sometimes that just means getting their email address and then emailing them some digital products or a workshop that you have coming up. Or
And
here's a chance
also
to work one-to-one
joining.
with me.
Well, and joining groups, I would highly recommend Laura will put whichever group, I hope the spiritual entrepreneur one, I love that. Put the group link down below. joining groups. I'm a member of different groups. Is a great way to meet people that are like-minded that you can connect with, like Laura was saying in the beginning. So just to wrap it up, what do your children, your daughters, your twins, right? You have twins and then you have older. What do you have again? Tell me.
I have four girls, yeah, 20, 18, and 10-year-old twins.
So this gal is definitely what we say busy. But what do they think about their mom being so entrepreneurial?
They want to be entrepreneurs too. They see that it's not always easy, and they see that, they've seen me ugly cry many, many times, but they also see that it's so worth it because I get to create and kind of be the architect of my life, and I get to be there for them fully and be present for them when they need. So I don't know what core memories they're going to have from this. They're 10 now, like they're getting a little bit older, but I'd like to know that when they grow up, however long I get to stick around, that I've instilled some things with them, and maybe I'm sharing my legacy, and maybe they'll be able to protect themselves from things like another scary pandemic, or, just whatever they want to do to live their life. Maybe they don't ever have to work for someone ever.
Wouldn't that be nice?
That's that's why I do what I do, right? It's
I
not for
love
the
it.
money and all that. It's because they might be listening a little bit and seeing a little bit of what I'm doing, and know that they have options.
Absolutely. And that's why I do what I do, and amen to that. And just keep going, because the ability to wake up and kind of dictate your time and not have time dictate your life, right? And we're so blessed to be able to do that. So it isn't easy. It's not for everybody. Some people, like you said, like to clock in and clock out, which is so foreign to my mentality. But I became an entrepreneur when I had my son. And I mean, there's a lot of years, many, 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 many years. And so I just feel like it's the best way to be able to build your own dreams and not somebody else's dreams. So everything you do can help every entrepreneur out there. A huge advocate and mentor to the primarily I love working with the female entrepreneur, but you men are all right too.
Everybody serves a purpose, yeah.
Everybody can, I have something for everyone. Anyway, well, I really appreciate you guys taking the time and listening to Laura. I know a lot of people will watch us on the replay as opposed to live. So please uh, message, comment, like, share, let us know that you got some value out of this. And I appreciate you, Laura, taking the time. We've been talking about doing this for a while. Laura gave me a resource of, I don't know, like 500 names of groups to join and when you can post. And, this was a while ago, and I'm a member of quite a few of them, and there are tricky things to learn about it. So having a consult with her and understanding how to do it right would be very beneficial for you. So reach out to Laura. And Laura, again, thank you for taking the time. This has been so fun. We meet
Oh,
at
thank
30 minutes.
you. Yeah, all right.
Anything else you want to say?
Um, just keep doing what you're doing, you guys. Yeah, reach out, ask for help when you need it, but don't stop.
Don't stop.
Keep going.
Don't give up. You are focus on how far you've come, not how far you have to go. I have to remind myself with a lot of that.
Same. Yeah.
All right, girl. Take care. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Bye, Janice.